Hello, well, I'm delighted to be joined to do one of our BSGA member profiles by Lawrence Green of Green the Signmakers. Good morning, Lawrence.
Morning, Jack. How are we
Nice
doing?
to see you. Yeah, very well indeed. Very well. Thanks for joining us.
Thank
Perhaps
you.
we could start. Could you tell us a little bit about your company, about Greens, and a bit about yourself as well?
Yes, I'll give the shortened version. We've been around a while. I'm actually third generation, very much a family company. It was my granddad started it originally when it was hand painting signs, shop fronts and wagons and things like that. Yeah, my dad joined it and really he was the one that grew the business substantially. Kind of influx of when acrylic and things started coming in, they took advantage of that. So it grew, incredibly at that point. And I've been involved, well, all my life really. My first thing was colouring in drawings at home on the kitchen table. But I've done everything from sweeping up to manufacturing signs well into the night, and done every role up to and including managing director.
So you've gone from being a wee nipper all the way through to where you are now within the business. You haven't gone and done worked anywhere else, or
No. There's a bit of a regret. Something I would have liked to have done. I had a year out before university, where I worked here over the summers. So it's very much, this is what I've kind of lived and breathed my whole life.
No, it's interesting. I've spoken to various people in the industry that have worked for the family business, and sometimes they have gone and done something else to give that experience, but they've always kind of come back anyway.
Yes. I think for my kids, the fourth generation, there's no pressure for them to join if they want to or not. That's up to them. But I will be suggesting that they do have that time away from the business, even if it's just go and make your mistakes elsewhere and then run away from them and come back here.
Well, that could bring a more rounded knowledge into the business when they're ready to take it on. Yeah, interesting. So in terms of the company itself, what would you say are the sort of you're known for as an organisation? What are your sort of achievements?
I think being able just to deliver the whole package, that we can manufacture pretty much everything here and handle it ourselves, whether that's internal, external, whether it's incredibly large flexes. We've just done a large 12 by 7 metre new flex face box sign, or whether it's intricate little built up stainless steel letters. We can handle it all here, and I think our best thing is just known for our service. We're not perfect, we don't get it right every time, though we try very hard, but if something needs doing, we will do whatever it takes to ensure that customer is happy and satisfied.
Okay, so presumably you're working directly with the end customer. Are you working with other sign makers as well, if you're as a sort of an outsourced service?
We've done bits over the years. It tends to come and go, not really at the minute, but it's something we've done for a good few customers over the years. The local ones, as there's a fair few sign makers in Hull.
Yeah, I've noticed that. It's a hotbed.
Yes. A few of them have worked for either my dad or my granddad at some point, but not all of them. So I think it's a bit of our fault in that as well.
Now, I definitely recall seeing you come up as a winner at various awards over the years. Is that something that's important to you?
Yes, the awards are great, and it's lovely to get the recognition. It obviously helps with your marketing and everything like that, and getting known. And when we won Signmaker of the Year, that's fantastic as well. But the ones that are really set the standards and are from respectable people that you really value their opinion, they're the ones that are really good, that really mean a lot as well.
What is it that's your biggest challenges at the moment?
I think for us, we've worked hard to get a great diverse range of customers. When I first took over as MD, we had one very large customer that was pushing 70% of our turnover. And while that was great, and we knew exactly what they were doing and when they were doing it, so we could plan and forecast, it's not the best way to have a business. So we've really worked hard since I became MD to spread the range of customers in different industries. So it's just managing that workflow with that increased volume, I think, is my more recent challenges. But we're achieving that pretty well at the minute. We've got some very long-serving members of staff, which are very highly skilled and very, very awesome. Very lucky to have them. We try and get everybody to be incredibly flexible. So they're not just in the vinyl department or the acrylic or powder coat. So if we do have one particular customer that's heavy on aluminium fascia signs, say for example, at the minute, we can move the chess pieces around to really help out the different departments, which we find has been great, rather than hiring and firing, which is something I just don't like. But in I suppose the longer term, since I've been steering the ship, we've really increased our wide format digital print. When I first took over, I think we had a 1600 wide Mimaki, I think at the time, was our print department. Great machine, but wasn't quite meeting what we were needing. And noticing the change from when I was on the factory floor. We were doing a Benson's and Harvey's rollout at the time. So all the flexes were cut vinyl. We were applying them by hand with big wide scrapers, and we were doing very long shifts. I think I was starting at 7, finishing at 10 at night, Monday to Thursday. So we were incredibly busy. Whereas these days, with our wide format print, you'd have it done by lunchtime. Wow. That's been a big improvement that we've made and had to follow the industry with. Okay. Just there's so much more printing now than there was.
So what have you got now? You've got roll to roll, you've got flatbeds.
Yeah, we've got a 5 metre wide EFI Viewtech one, so UV ink, which is a fantastic workhorse. We've then got 2 other HP machines, the R2000, that's sheet and roll to roll. And then we've got another HP that's just roll to roll at about 3.2 meters wide. For a lot of tension graphics, a lot of window vinyls and things like that. Keep it going, keep them all busy.
Indeed. I guess you need the cutting equipment, the laminates. There's quite a lot of big investment there in just machinery. Have you sort of had to increase your sort of premises, warehousing and so on?
So we're very lucky. We moved into this factory. I think there's a photo of me being held ceremonially digging the turf or whatever you do as a little baby. So that was 40 years ago. So luckily we've got an incredible amount of space. Is it 26,000 square foot, something like that, maybe a bit more? And we've added mezzanines since then. So considerable space. We've got enough space to do it all now. We are aiming for growth. We've had a lot of growth recently anyway, sustainable growth, which is fantastic. And it's getting to the point now where we need to be looking at moving the finished products out. So we've got a very large industrial storage tent out the back at the minute. So I can see that being a bit more of a permanent structure in the not too distant future, just to get the finished goods out of the factory, ready for collection for the fixers. So we're okay for now, but I can see in 5 years' time we might need to push the walls out a bit further.
Fair enough. Well, I'm guessing if you're investing in the digital printing technology, there were other areas of the business that probably also took up a lot of space that you just don't do so much anymore. So you kind of move things around a bit.
We've got things have come and go. There's areas where the light windows on the roof are actually blocked out with plywood, and I've always gone, what's that for? Because it was before my time. And that was originally the literally overhead projector area, where they would take the drawing at A3 size, put it on the projector, get it to the right size on the wall, put the acrylic on the wall, hand draw around it, hand cut out the acrylic letters. So obviously we don't do any of that anymore. We've got all our fantastic CAD cutting machines and lasers. And we used to do a lot of fiberglassing and things like that. So it's a bit of an archaeological building. There's signs of the old ways of working everywhere around here, if you look deep enough.
Sounds fun. I'm going to have a visit at some point.
Yeah,
Sounds
please
fantastic. So we're here to talk primarily really about the British Sign and Graphics Association, the BSGA. Has the company been a member for a long time?
Yes. One of the questions you sent over was, when did you join? And I'm afraid that's before me, and I'm 40 this year. Very long standing. I was looking at the history a bit. So it changed to the British Sign Association in early 70s, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
And at that point, my granddad was actually one of the founding members of the British Sign Association, which is something I'm very proud of. We even had my granddad Reg. 1 year, I think he was the national chairman, president, whatever it is, and my dad was an area one. as well. So that was a time of had balls and celebrations and all that kind of stuff, didn't they?
Yeah.
So yeah, perhaps that'd be nice to get back to. So yeah, I've been going to things like that from a very young age.
Okay. So I know it's before your time, but do you have an idea of why your granddad joined at the time?
I think both me and my dad, I know, are very similar, and I know that him and my granddad had a lot of similar traits, and we just like to do the right thing. Just to have that industry setting standards is a fantastic thing for the industry. But I know for my granddad, he was very keen on supporting other people within the industry to get going and really grow. And, it wasn't you didn't need to beat them down so you could win. We can all do this together. And I think that's a fantastic attitude. I've had a few people being at the trade shows come up to me, realise that I was the grandson, and go, "Oh no, you really appreciated your granddad at the start. He came and put his arm around us and helped." So yeah, I think that part of it is fantastic, and it's still there within the association. But yeah, I'd like to push that more out. And the industry is big enough. We don't need to be at each other's throats. We can help and support. There's enough work to go around for more than enough people.
My question I was going to ask is, how has being a member benefited your business? But actually, I think I might sort of widen that a little bit because of what you've just said. How do you feel that being part of the BSGA benefits a business rather than you specifically?
I mean, yeah, we're quite a sizable businesses. There's larger Signmakers, but obviously there's a lot of smaller ones. And I can see the things I don't have to look up because we've done it before, and we've helped with the information. Having that information to hand and somebody they can go to is fantastic, just to check they're doing the right things. But even for us, I've known times in my life where, the association has been involved nationally trying to sort a national kind of problem out. But, they've been with the government. They've been sorting things out for all of us. So, even if we think we know it all, it's still nice having that support there, which is great value.
What else do you think the BSGA could be doing to help and support members?
I think it's making people more aware of quite the body of work that's there, the support that's there, being more visible for people. The podcasts that are happening are great, but I think that can be developed. Love to do more of a video-based thing so people can check in and go, right, whatever it might be, flex faces. We do dozens of them a week, but for an up-and-coming business, they might want to know more about it. And if we can do a quick tutorial for 5 minutes on the different options, the different specs, what to look out for, how best to fix it, so you've got your wind loading and everything like that. I think that kind of readily available information, which is in more literary form at the minute, would be great. Just keeping with the times that everybody likes a quick video to watch instead of trawling through a document. So I think that would be a great addition.
I think as a sign maker of any size, you always have questions, and it'd be nice to be, well, maybe the first place you think to go to is the BSJ, because it's easy to find and get the information you need. That's good ideas to work on. Okay, well, look, it's been great to have a chat about this, and look forward to working with you more on various other BSGA products.
Yes, I'd love to. Yeah, love to offer that support. And I'm saying offer support, but I still find it helpful. So
it's definitely a two-way street. Well, thanks very much for your time, Lawrence.
Not a problem.
Thank
Cheers,
you.
Jack.